Alright, we're good still. I fucking pushed the wrong button by accident. Okay, Haunted Smoke by Cthulhu's from from BC. Thank you everybody for joining us. Greatly appreciated. If you're just jumping in now, we have Doc KOHLER from Doctored in tonight from, and this is another weird one, from Inside It Failed. Now, I remember Inside It Failed from back in my world-class white trash days. So this is quite wild. So, before we talk about any of that, though, we're going to... Here we go. We're here. We got that beautiful High River Brewing. You know that. We got that delicious, those yum-yums. Whoa! I don't know what happened there. That was amazing. So I've been injured for the last little bit. Forgive me if I'm a little bit sloppy and slovenly. I'm trying my best. All right, in the spirit of respect, reciprocity, and truth, we honor and acknowledge Mohkinstsis and the traditional Treaty 7 territory and oral practices of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Siksika-Kainai Pikani, as well as, I got to figure out how to pronounce this word properly, Ayashi, as well as the Ayashi. We acknowledge that this territory is home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3, the historical Northwest Métis homeland. Finally, we acknowledge all nations, Indigenous and non, who live, work, and play on this land and who honor and celebrate this territory. High River Brewing. Looking for a unique craft beer experience? Look no further than High River Brewing. Small batch, handcrafted brews with the finest ingredients, brewed in the heart of High River, Alberta. Their passion for beer shines through in every sip, from the hoppy IPAs to the rich stouts. With a commitment to quality and innovation, they're constantly pushing the boundaries of what a great beer can be. Visit the tap room and taste for yourself why High River Brewing Company is the go-to destination for craft beer lovers in Alberta. Cheers. HRBrewco.com. Now, I would also like to add that summer shows are coming, and all of the HR Brewco shows are all ages. So bring your kids. Prairie Fire Productions. Prairie Fire Productions in Edmonton has got you covered for an exceptional audiovisual experience. Their knowledgeable team specializes in sales and installation of top-tier AV equipment for public and corporate spaces, as well as bands and content creators like us. We actually, I had a friend message me. His name's Cody. He's from a band called Osiren. Osiren just played 70,000 tons of metal, representing Canada. Cody messaged me. He said, "Hey, I need an aircraft rated, like a flight rated, travel case for my stage gear." And I said, "Buddy, of course we got you covered. Prairie Fire Productions, man. That's what we do." So, whether you're in need of advanced audio conferencing technology to take your boardroom meetings to the next level, or a high-end sound system for your upcoming event, they have the expertise to make it happen. Years of experience and dedication to excellence means that Prairie Fire Productions is the ideal partner for all your AV needs. Get in touch and discover how they can spark your audio-visual experience. pfpro.com. And of course, my sweet boy Lee, Obscene Productions, is the photography, videography, and multimedia company you need to tell your story in a truly unforgettable way. Their passionate and creative team based in Edmonton, Alberta, is dedicated to bringing your vision to life through stunning visual content. Whether you're looking to capture your concert, create content for your next event, or produce high-quality commercial projects, they have the expertise to make it happen. They use the latest equipment and techniques to ensure that your memories are captured to the utmost care and precision. With their attention to detail and commitment to excellence, they'll work closely with you to create a product that exceeds your expectations. Don't settle for ordinary visuals. Let Obscene Productions help you tell your story in an extraordinary way. Obscene Productions on all social media platforms. My goodness, I think I'm starting to get a little bit better with those ads. Maybe a little bit better. Doc is hot. I agree with that. He's a sweet boy. He's got those cute little dimples in his cheek.
Whatever, Dougie, but... Yeah, I still get ID'd too. Fuck. I'll take it.
Got it. It's not gonna last.
No. Before you know it, I'll age like 30 years one night.
What happens is you're gonna look old, and then you're gonna be a creepy old guy because you're not gonna look as old as you are.
Yeah,
And then that's going to
I'll be like, I'm still cool, young, and
it's going to be
like
problematic.
very. Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man.
Shout out
Stoked
to your
have ya.
audience. Fuck yeah.
Thank you everybody for jumping in. We got Nathaniel in the chat. Bayless for
Nathaniel?
Prez. Thank you guys for jumping in.
Yay.
For sure. I'm not really concerned with how many people jump in when I go live because what I do is I use this as a conduit. Conduit's been a word that's popped into my head the last couple of days. I don't know why. I use this as like a stage for recording the one-to-one lives, the content, the show, Trash Talk, and then it goes to YouTube, and then YouTube is where we get the numbers.
Yeah.
Twitch is okay. Man. Twitch is okay. It's where you can get the interactions if you want it when it's happening.
Yeah, man. I'm starting to use it more myself, just like playing video games and shit, right? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't hurt. I mean, I'm starting to watch other people like yourself, and it's something else to watch, right? Other than just other shit like boring, shows all the time or Netflix.
Yeah,
right?
buddy. Well, and that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna make content, you got to watch other people who make content so that it can keep you stoked. Because if there's one thing that I've learned is, regardless of how much you really enjoy something, the people that are around you all the time might not enjoy it as much as you, and that can be detrimental to a person's creativity.
For sure, man. For sure.
So introduce yourself.
All right. I'm Derek Kohler. People know me as Doc for some in the industry. That's my naked body behind me. In a gas mask. That was from my solo album. It came out 10 years ago, actually. You mentioned earlier, which I'm kind of curious to hear of your, like, how you remember. But I was in Inside It Failed from Vancouver for several years when I lived there. Moved back to Calgary, joined Silo for a bit, did a couple other solo projects, took a long break, and like the Godfather, man, pulled me back in with I found Doctored, and I like their style and I like their chemistry. I had so many. I was kind of surprised. There's still a lot of people, like I was looking during COVID, there's still a lot of musicians that are so fucking talented in this city that are just aching to get out there. But so it was fucking tough, but landed on these guys, Doctored, and now we're going. That's no drama, no bullshit kind of thing. And now I'm making my way through. I'm, like I said, eventually led me to seeing your shit, and man, it's a lot heavier than, we Doctored, but I fucking love it. I love metal. So yeah, bro. If you appreciate all kinds of music, right? That's
hell yeah, man. That's
more shit to listen to.
Hell yeah,
for sure.
buddy.
Like I said, I had your album on repeat today, just blasting in my charger, scaring away, good little.
Greatly appreciated, buddy.
Just kidding.
greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
We actually, so we have a new single that we released, a new music video. Actually, if you have you seen the new music video that we dropped?
Fuck. You know what? I am ashamed to say.
I'll pull it up. That's okay.
Yes, yeah, pull it up.
That's okay.
Let's
I'll pull it up. Right. I have to shamelessly plug my band right now because we have a whole score of amazing shows coming up. We are playing with Elysian. Am I pronouncing that right? I hope I am. They're amazing musicians. Very stoked. I actually messaged ConcertWorks about playing that show when they announced it way back. Like, they announced it probably in like October.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I messaged them about it. I was like, we would love to play, probably December. And then I was like, this would be a great first show back for Horrify. That's when we're looking to come back anyway. And got the message about it. So, and it worked out well. We got Elysian, and then actually Trash Talk is covering the Black Dahlia murder show.
Oh, sick.
Yes, I actually I found out. That's kind of worrying. Oh, more and more ice is melting because it's hot.
Oh shit.
We're not even talking about that though. That's kind of doom. That's kind of doom porn.
Stay away from politics.
That's doom porn. Call that doom porn.
Zoom porn.
But I totally lost track of what I was talking about, and that's probably a good thing. So this video,
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of new shows coming up. I've had the contacts for a while. I've been getting lots and lots. I get a mountain of press releases from record labels and from publicists all over the world. I have a publicist. She is absolutely fantastic. Her name is Sarah. She has helped this show so much, and she is just the go-to. She works for Century Media. She works for Metal Blade. She works for Spine Farm. She works for, there's a couple other ones in there as well. But she's the person that I'm able to contact about press passes for shows. Because it turns out that promoters might not necessarily be the best people to talk to about press passes. And it's not because they don't have the ability to do that. It's just that they don't have the ability to give the final word on press because they're promoters. They're not publicists. They're not media reps. They're not press agents. So it's the same thing as like and tell me, you've been in the local scene. You know how this goes. So bands that say a band plays a show, gets booked to play a show.
Yeah.
Band does jams, rehearses, does their thing, but band doesn't do anything to promote the show because band believes that that's the job of the person who booked them.
Yeah,
band,
big mistake.
Right? Band gets mad that there's not a lot of people at their show.
Yeah.
Well, band needs to realize that you need to, and this is something I tell people all the time, don't ever leave the promotion of your band 100% to somebody outside of the band.
Yeah.
Because they don't care. And they
did their job. Yeah. They did their job. They're done.
People need to quit taking this stuff so personally when it happens, because once you get over it, then you take that control back and you don't have to worry about who's going to be to blame. What risk am I taking? Who's going to be at fault for this? If you do your shit properly, nobody is except for you guys, and nobody gets that success except for you guys.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah.
We're going to fire this off here.
Yeah, hell yeah. I want to see this.
So this is a bunch of our just random footage from last year, and I sent it to my beautiful friend, Lee, at Obscene Productions.
Yeah.
And he was able to squeeze this out for us. So let's pause our
check it out.
Background music here.
This show's happening on Treaty 7 territory.
Whoa.
Part of the Blackfoot Confederate.
That's not right. Bear with me, please.
Oh, it's all good.
Microsoft Edge. There we go. That's
Man, you cover all your bases. I like that you acknowledge the land and everything. That's awesome.
We got to. We have too many people in our scene that deserve that. And if we didn't have the native members of our scene, we wouldn't have a scene. There wouldn't be any. They comprise an equal part. And a lot of the inspiration, like once I learned about the things that I did and I've seen how many things have happened, like it's never been something that I've ever worried about and shied away from, because my grandmother, she was really close with a lot of natives growing up as well. There's no difference, right? It's just family. It's just more people. But once you learn about it, you have to realize that this is the least that we can do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I totally agree.
The absolute least. And I'm good at talking. It's what I do. So I might as well find the right shit to talk about. The shit that's going to properly empower people and give people the representation that they deserve.
Fuck yeah.
We acknowledge the lands we're on because we respect them.
What venue is this again?
This was Broken City before it closed.
Oh, nice.
Oh, we got a couple.
Oh, you know what? I remember this. I did see this. You posted this. Nice. That's sick.
He synced it up too,
so that it's all part of the.
See, like, I just sent him a bunch of random footage, and he was actually able to sync a lot of it up, and I was really amazed.
Wow.
Like, Lee kicked ass on this.
Yeah, that takes time to go through all that footage for sure. Yeah. Just pure energy. Fuck. All right, you got another ticket sold. I'm there.
All right, we got a bunch, man. We got a bunch coming up. It's going to be sick.
Oh, yeah.
Can't fucking wait. Very pumped. So Inside It failed. Now, the reason I say, and I'm still trying to pinpoint exactly how, but when World Class White Trash started up, I'm trying to pinpoint this because you say you played with Silo.
Yeah, after Inside It failed, I took over for Clay.
Now,
Cash.
does that mean you know Matt?
Raps, yeah.
Because when there was a point in time where Matt messaged me and was asking me to do vocals for a band, and I don't think it was Inside It failed, but
It was probably Silo.
I remember, and I was like listening to it. I'm like, bro, I don't sing at all, like, and I don't want to, but the weird thing, I remember seeing Inside It failed CD cases and like, fuck.
Do you remember Mitch from Silo, the guitar player? He's a younger kid, and but I think he was the one who told Matt to get me on board. I'm pretty sure. At least that's my memory of it. But that was definitely after Inside It failed broke up. Like we were on tour, and we kind of broke up on tour in the States. So that's when I came back. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go back to Calgary. I knew Matt probably first from Silo. I talked to him, and he's still in the scene too, man. Like he's in that new cover band. Shout out to Chris Prine and Matt and them. It's called Counterfeit. And they're playing this Saturday. I got to go to that show too.
Cover
Border
bands,
Crossing.
man.
I know. Yeah.
Fucking cover bands, man.
It's yeah.
I have no diss because, everybody wants to play music and have a good time playing music, and not everybody has the energy to keep putting their emotion into it and having people not care about it.
Yeah. And sometimes you want to just, like you said, just want to play, and you want to just go, and it's familiar to the audience, and you feel the energy from them because they're like,
and it's a good time.
I love this song.
It's a great time. And, I think it's awesome that, people can see those tunes live without having it, because now Live Nation and Ticketmaster are like ripping our guts out. And I've gotten to this point now where I'm like, you know what, if people want to go out and see cover bands, and people want to be in cover bands, and they're all having a good time and everybody's getting fucking stoked, then that's the big important part of it. And if the cover bands are helping keep these live music venues on track, then I'm all for it as well. But don't be expecting me to like book a cover band anytime soon.
Yeah. And you know what? Like during COVID, I saw, like, I'm sure you did too, like an uptick in cover bands. Like, I don't know, my previous boss from Cowboys, he started up his own company with Livestar called Hotels Live. And to keep going, like, through the COVID, like, nobody was allowed to go to shows or anything. So he created like a drive-in.
You were allowed to have sit-down events though.
That's right, 4 at a time per balcony, and I kind of helped him put that together, like, from the ground. And it's it was just, most of it, like, obviously you need ticket sales, and like at that point in time, fuck, what a weird time, I don't barely want to remember it, but people just wanted to have fun. So obviously tickets to cover bands
it's enticing. It's enticing, and it's entertainment, man. Like,
and you could bring your family. Like, if you have kids and whatever, they're like, fuck, we need out of the house, we've been stuck in here for a year. Like,
exactly. A lot of my begrudging opinions come from like my own ego issues. And jealousy, like I broke this down a little while ago. I was thinking about, like, why am I so upset? Why do I get so agitated about this? Because I don't really get upset. I just get like a little tickle, and I like don't want to think about it anymore. But it's like, why? Why do I? And I boiled it down, and I really sat and thought about it, and I came to this little knot in the thread, and it was like, oh, because you're an asshole sometimes.
Fuck yeah.
That's pretty much how it boils down. And it's like, well, maybe you need to shut up, man, because like in the end, I don't know how to play. I know how to play instruments, but like I'm not playing full songs on them. I'm not playing full set lists. I'm not playing in a band. I'm just a guy who yells into a microphone and gets people stoked, you know? And like obviously every position is important, but I don't have enough standing and enough like credentials to have these kinds of opinions.
Not in my opinion. I heard your shit and I love it. And to be honest, I was talking to my guitar player in Doctored, and I was telling him like, hey, he's like, he's heard of you as well. And I guess he's mutual friends with Matt Merlin from Counterfeit. And he was like, I was talking about your music, and I was like, hey, I'm not only I'm sure there's lots of metal bands in like hardcore and like thrash metal and like that are in Calgary, but the difference that I heard with you, like Horrify, was that it was fucking clear. Like the recording, the production, your lower kind of stuff, you can still hear the pronunciation that you're doing, which is fucking awesome. Like, what was the one song I was listening to? Hate This, or you can't hate this?
Yeah.
The fucking intro of that song got me so pumped. I was like, oh my God, yeah. Like, yeah. And all the rhythms that you guys do is like very systematic, that it doesn't sound like it would be just a typical local band from Calgary. It's already there.
So this is the, I don't mean to cut you off, buddy.
No, it's all good. I'm just praising you anyway. It's all good.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, buddy. I really do. Because like God knows I'm not praising myself. But that comes from Joel. One of the best things about Joel is the fact that Horrify is his first band. So when we started playing shows last year, those were the first shows that he'd ever played live, he'd ever played in a band, period. And we went from 0 to 100. We went from Verns to the Palace stage in 4 months. And he was way out of his mind on it. But the reason why we're able to write this kind of music is because he had zero influence from the local scene. He had zero influence from any sort of like popular mainstream metal music. He was like, I like the hardcore stuff. I like the fast stuff. I like the dirty stuff. And I'm going to write music like that. So that's what he did. And then he wrote all the lyrics to go along with let's say 85% of the songs on the last EP. And then I wrote the rest of them just for fill-in spots because I know how to put a metal song together, right? Yeah. So what ended up happening was the Horrify EP, our self-titled EP, and Russ, our drummer, is also our engineer. We do all of our recording. Well, I do my vocals with Nick the metal dude, or Nick the music dude. Shout out to my boy Nick. He's my secret weapon. This man is a maestro behind the board, and he is a wizard on the camera as well. He's my go-to whenever I need to drop any sort of vocals in really quickly, get in, get out type deal. Nick's the guy. And
keep him close.
Exactly. And if I need any good stuff done, any solid work done, I need help with anything, Nick's my go-to, and that's who I've been recording a lot of the vocals with for the new EP. Yeah. And now Joel has gotten new gear. He went and got a new amp, and he went and bought a new guitar. He got a baritone Gretsch. So now
I'm not a huge techie, sorry, man, but I should be.
So a baritone guitar is like the step.
Oh shit, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah. He got a baritone Gretsch guitar, and it's just we're tuned down to like F sharp now.
Oh.
So like it's now we were gonna release the single that's attached to this music video, but then we tuned down the single, and it just sounds too muddy without re-recording it. So now we have to re-record it with all the new gear, which works out. You know, I was worried about getting this EP out before our run of shows in May. And now I'm not concerned at all because we're just going to re-record it all with Joel's new guitar, And then we have a new bassist as well. We're going to let him record his
nice.
parts, and this EP is going to come out insane. And then what's going to happen is now we're going to play these new songs for these shows this summer. I'm going to have my Black Magic out,
Ooh.
ready to rock, recording some of the like most crisp, amazing 4K video.
Sick. Nice.
And yeah, I'm hopefully gonna be able to get me and my boy Lee sit down and do some back and forth and edit down a DVD or like a little something to hand out at the merch table for last summer. And then see about setting this up for every time we do a run of shows, we release a set of videos to go with it, physical and online. Because it's all about the content, baby. It's all about the content.
Fuck yeah. So what's the next one? Is that with Trench coming up, or is it with Nice?
So that's next Friday in Red Deer.
Plug.
That's the first Horrify show back with Trench, Satanic Tico. Satanic Tico just released a new single today. We should actually check that one out, Doc.
Yeah, let's do that for sure. While you're doing that, I'm just fired you a link to where you might have saw it, Silo. I got the Silo.
No, I remember where I saw Silo.
Oh, okay.
I definitely remember where I saw Silo. I'm just trying to pinpoint where I saw Inside It Failed because I feel...
We played Dickens, we played Verns, we played... Yeah, we came through town a couple of times. Quite a few times. Yeah, it's... You know what? Depends how old you are.
I feel like it was something really specific. You know, like... Because I feel like when I saw that cover, it dinged something in my head. And I was like, I remember really early on. I remember talking about this. I remember maybe cracking jokes about it, maybe being stoked on it. Because like this is the thing, you know, like
emo fucking front.
Well, one of the biggest insecurities that I had when I was a younger musician was the only way that I thought I could make my band or myself look better was by ripping on someone else that was outside of what we did.
Yeah. Sadly, that's happens. Yeah,
look at those dweebs, look at those nerds. You know, we might be crappy, but those guys are crappy. You know,
yeah.
Deflection, right?
Yep.
And for some reason, I'm thinking like about a bullet belt too. Like I don't even know. Don't even think. I don't know.
All right,
I don't know. But we got to move on, or else my brain's gonna explode. Oh man. I would be like, oh man, if I could message my old guitar player, he might know. But the funny thing is I can't message my old guitar player because my old guitar player, I haven't talked to him in like a year.
Well, that shit happens too, man.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it. He just stopped answering my messages and my phone calls. But I ask people about him just to check in on him every now and again, and I hear he's still just a grumpy old bastard. So, you know, that's good.
Can't change people. You can only do what you can.
No need.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
This is Satanic Tico. They just dropped this today.
Oh, shit. Let's hear it.
So this is freshly squeezed juice.
A lot of singers are doing that now.
Yes, I've gone back to the old school like speed metal. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I've gone back to the hardcore fucking ooh or the ooh. You know that? Yeah.
Adds that punch.
It's that caveman grunt.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, baby. I think we fit in pretty good with them, eh?
I think, yeah. They're like a lot of blast beats, right?
They are like old school death metal.
Yeah.
Shout out
that's
to
a
Scott.
Brutal picture.
Shout out to Scott Oliphant from Colossus Audio. He's the guy who did all the mixing on this and the tracking. Just a sight to behold. He's an absolute gem. Our scene, if it wasn't for Scott, I fully and entirely and truly believe that if it wasn't for Scott Oliphant, our scene would not be nearly as heavy as it is. There would not be nearly as many amazing heavy bands coming out of Calgary. That guy is a fucking magician.
Yeah. How old are you again, Nate? If you don't mind me asking.
31.
Holy shit. Right on. Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing this since I was 17.
Oh my God. So yeah, you're seasoned.
Like
You're seasoned for sure.
full on. Like, so a little bit about Old Nady Boy. I was raised in a pretty tumultuous, dangerous, like, not really abusive. My parents were abusive to each other, and we bore witness to it. Raised by drug addicts and criminals, you know, the bad types. So I needed a way to get out of that. And I dropped out of school when I was 16 to take care of my mom, and I got skateboarding was my big thing. Well, with skateboarding comes fast, intense music. Tony Hawk Pro Skater was my intro to all of it, the same as so many people.
Mm-hmm.
So Tony Hawk came, the obvious punk songs, you know, the ska songs, Melancholy came in there, like Newfound Glory.
Yeah.
But also Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh, yeah.
That started getting me into the heavier stuff. And when I got into school, I moved around a bunch. My dad was always moving. He was a roofer, so he was moving wherever the jobs took him. My parents would also stir up so much trouble in whatever town they're in. They'd have to move so they wouldn't be embarrassed all the time. Like, legit facts. I'm not trying to be touchy or anything. This is just the way it is. And I'm over it. It's all good. But music was my way out. So 16, I got my first guitar at 13. Didn't really play it much. My parents didn't really like the noise. My brother got me my first electric guitar when I was 16 years old. And
16, wow.
With that electric guitar was like my validation. Because I researched and got obsessed about heavy music and intense and extreme music from like 13. Started to really get obsessed with it. I moved to a town called Sundre, hung out with a kid.
I know. Yeah.
I moved out there, and they didn't like me because I was from Olds. Olds and Sundre have this long-standing feud. So I moved out there, and I had long hair, and I listened to metal, and I just fucking didn't take anybody's bullshit. Because of the way I was raised, there's nothing you can do to make me feel fucking smaller than I already do, and I'm not fucking scared of any of you.
Yeah.
So I took that, and I embraced that heavy music, and I started to get really obsessed with it. And that moved me into, like, okay, as long as I'm doing music stuff, my mom and dad are going to support it, and they're going to leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
So I dropped out of school, moved from Cochrane with my new guitar, Cochrane, back to Olds, back to my hometown. And sure enough, I found some people. Found a guy, we did a song called The Sexual Assault Rifles, or a band called The Sexual Assault Rifles, and we covered G.G. Allen songs. And it was me, my buddy Bruce, and a keyboard recorded through a Microsoft Windows XP like microphone that comes with like the gateway.
Like those literally thin ones?
Yeah, the little gray ones that just like clip onto the top of your big CRT monitor.
Yeah.
So we recorded all of it into that, and it was terrible. But I was stoked. We did one show, and we covered Sweet Dreams, but we did the Marilyn Manson version of it, the metal version. It was awesome. And I screamed and I bellered, and I didn't try and sing like I did with the punk songs. I didn't try and do like a raspy punk voice. And I was done doing any sort of raspy punk voices. I was like, I'm going to be doing this forever.
Yeah.
And I actually went home. We went back to my buddy's house and partied, and I was so depressed after the show because it was over. And I'd never been that sad about something before. And I was like, I don't understand what is, like, I sat there and stared into the fire for hours. I was like, this is fucking terrible.
This is bullshit.
Like, this,
Yeah.
I don't like this fucking feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought,
Yeah.
and I was just drained, and it was like, okay, I need to do more of that. So I started really to get into it. I'm like, I'm going to get serious about this. Found Darcy. We started up World Class White Trash, and 17 years old, me and my cousin were playing in World Class. Darcy had already started it a little while before that. Started playing shows fresh, 18 years old, and started playing shows. We played shows almost every weekend for like 5 years straight.
Damn.
Like, just go.
Damn.
And there
Just
was shows
hard,
in
yeah.
between, too. And we were
Yeah.
wasted the whole time. So, like, 17, 18, 19, drunk. 20, 21, worse. That was when I started to get
Yeah.
into the other stuff to
Yeah.
kind of make up for how sloppy I would get when I got drunk.
Yeah.
And then I found out that I found out about my daughter, Serenity.
Oh.
And that's when I was like, okay, I either have to leave or I'm not going to live. So I moved.
Yeah.
Moved out to Calgary before like a week before my 22nd birthday. And I had a garbage bag full of clothes and a job. I was like, I'm going to sleep under a bridge, and then my first paycheck, I will get a place. I'll get a hotel room. And then my next paycheck, I'll find a place with somebody I know, and it'll be fine. And luckily, I never had to do any of that. I was able to find a place, right? Like the week after I moved down, I was able to find a place. Circumstances just worked out in my favor.
Yeah.
And then what happened was the job started to flip around, and then I still was kind of in and out of my old problems before, but I kept moving forward. And like now, I've been out here for Serenity's 9th birthday was yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And I was moved out here. I was moved out here 6 months after she was born, and I haven't left.
And do you still like it here? You and
I love
your daughter?
Calgary. This is the reason
Yeah.
why I started doing all of this. Was
Yeah.
because instead of getting frustrated and upset like I've seen so many people do, this place is a whole. This place is I got to Vancouver. I'm going to Vancouver. So many
Oh,
people
fuck, I did
know.
that. Yeah.
So many people I know have done that.
Yeah.
And it's left nothing here. So guess what? I'm about like you see a need and you fill a need, you know? I watched that old Robots movie so much, it just drilled it into my head. But you see, so I saw an open range, an open field. Nobody's doing, there's people that are kind of doing what I'm doing, but nobody's doing it the way I'm doing it. I could be doing it a lot better too. And I totally see that, and I'm trying.
You're on the right path, though, dude.
I'm definitely trying.
I think you know that.
Yes.
You're on the right path.
Yes, I'm only one man.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest deals is I don't let people in unless I know that this is something they actually want to do, because I was this type of person too. I know how it goes with people who want to be involved with something just so they can be a part of something.
Yeah.
And I'm all for that, but this is not that. Live shows, you want to be a part of that, come see a Horrify show. If you want to be a part of something just for the sake of being a part of it, come to a Horrify show for a night, because if you're in the crowd for a Horrify show, you are closer than family for that show.
Yeah.
But if you want to be involved with Trash Talk, you want to do and I mean be involved with Trash Talk is in if you want to come help with shows, you want to learn the ropes, you want to work on the podcast, you want to do all this stuff. I need to see that you are doing this without me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the guy that's going to start that fire for you. I'm going to be the guy that fans the flames after the fire's already started.
That's right. It has to be. It's all up to you to start it. Just like the label, right?
Exactly.
Like the labels, they will go after you after you've already made the work.
That's
and
right.
You have proved yourself.
Well, and I also don't want to be the person that you are going to try and blame after you didn't
Bingo.
you didn't spark your fire hard enough. You know?
That's right. And I go, Nate, you fucking did this.
Because I've had that happen.
About?
I had that happen to me last year.
Yep.
I had a really close friend who did all the artwork, all the original OG graphics. A really close friend of mine. I'm not going to mention their name.
Yeah.
But they, I brought them out to the Cradle of Filth show, and they flipped on me because they didn't get what they thought they were going to get when it wasn't even about what they were going to get. And
well, that's
it happens.
Expectations, and you know. Yeah, if people are doing it just to get something out of it, that is what it is. It's not show friends, it's show business. But
yeah,
Well,
and I take full responsibility for the fact that, you know, maybe I could have communicated a little bit clearer some things. Maybe they could have communicated clearer some things. But in the end, I'm still doing these things and I'm still moving up and moving forward. And I don't know what they're doing because I cut off contact instead of creating conflict.
And it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter.
No, it
You're
doesn't.
doing your thing. And
I wish them the best. But
exactly.
This is another thing too. Don't try and keep people around just because they're your friends, because that could hurt you a lot more than just getting rid of somebody who might be detrimental to what you're doing.
Yes.
And when it comes to trash talk, I'm very protective of that stuff. And maybe that's why we've only got a 2-man crew. You know, Alex, the boss lady, my partner, Alex, she comes in on clutch when we need her to. But she does what she wants. She actually just finished school, just passed her first semester of upgrading.
Oh, congratulations.
For university.
Yeah.
She killed it, buddy. Very proud.
Nice.
Very proud. She absolutely crushed it.
Good job, Alex.
She's going to be doing some more second semester of math starting up here right away. Very excited. Her math teacher asked her to do it, and I told her to just keep going. If she's already got the momentum, just keep going.
Keep going. Yeah.
Somebody's got to get like a good, valuable job that helps society, and it's not going to be me. She will be a doctor. I will be the reason people go to the doctor.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. You could not have worded that better, buddy. That's awesome.
Right?
Fuck yeah.
That's exactly it.
That's awesome, man.
She will be a paramedic on a Horrify tour. It'll be fantastic.
Oh, nice.
We'll have Horrify branded body bags at the merch table.
With the logo on it. Nice.
Only if it's in the off season, because she's going to be working for the Calgary Flames. The goal is to be a paramedic for Horrify, but the real goal is to be the head medic for the Calgary Flames. First female full head medic.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
She's got big dreams. And I'm very, very, very glad that I can break my body and work my ass off so that she can go to school and feel comfortable about that.
Fuck yeah, man.
Because that's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
In the end.
Fuck yeah.
I have all these big grandiose dreams, but in the end, it's to provide an avenue. Like, so here's the thing. I am trying to develop, through all my workings, a one-stop shop for right down to a person who says, I want to be in a band.
Yeah.
Call Nate Trash. I want to find members for my band. Call Nate Trash. I want to learn how to play music. Call Nate Trash. I need merch for my band. Call Nate Trash. One-stop shop for anything that you need to be in a band, find a band, run a band, shows, entertainment, period. That's why I've amassed my team. My
full-blown management style.
Well, and I'm trying to figure out what it's actually called. Facilitation? Entertainment facilitation?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I use my own band as proof of what I can do. Because I'm the one who does the marketing, management, promotion, and booking for my own band. The only... And obviously I do vocals. But the other guys are the guys who do the main bulk of the music. All of that sound, and that's the thing. You need a good product in order to be able to represent it, so that you're not bullshitting yourself. And if it wasn't for the guys in my band, I would be just that random toothless dude muttering about a metal band with a W.
Is there a story behind that? If
Horrify
don't
with
mind
a
me asking?
W?
Oh,
That's the story.
yeah.
That's the story. Is I was like,
Okay.
so World Class White Trash ended. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm done with being in a band, but I'm definitely not done with music. I'm just like done caring about all of this nonsense
Yeah.
and all the dramatics and bullshit.
Yeah.
So I talked to Russ and I was like, do you want to make some just like gross grindcore? And just
Nah.
like the dumbest, fastest, most intense music? He's like, yeah, man, I'd really like to drum. I would like to drum for that. Because Russ is a notorious heavy metal guitar player. 6, 7, 8 strings. He's a monster on all of them.
Oh, damn.
He played in We Found the Body. He's the leader of False Flag. He played in, he's the leader of Megiddo as well. He's just an animal. But he's like, I want to play drums. I want to play drums in a band. So we did this. I got the artwork for Horrify back in 2016. And we didn't do anything with it until, like, we started releasing tunes just before COVID, and it was nothing. And then halfway through COVID, we found Joel. Found Joel just before the Loud as Hell 2021. So we were really putting the thought into it, and I was like, Horrify. Before that, it was just a name and a design that I got from the same person who did this artwork.
Yeah.
But what it was like, we should name it something cool, but dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was thinking about cool words that are like, that evoke kind of like a reaction. I was like, horrify is a great word. Horrifying, horrified. I was on that kind of track, right?
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
But grindcore, it's got to have a little edge to it. So it was like horrify, but with it. And then this was the story. Yeah, so I got this new band because everybody was asking me, Nate, World Class White Trash is done. What are you doing now? Oh, yeah, I got a new band.
Yeah.
We're going to be called Horrify, but with a W. Because we're a super unique.
See, I thought it was about like being a whore.
No, and
Like,
that's
on
the
the
thing.
street,
We've
you know,
we've actually had guys try and troll us with that.
like WHOAR.
They
I was like, what? Is this like you're a whore in the prostitute
Yeah,
business? Or,
yeah,
like,
we
what's
had
going on?
we had guys try and what was it? They called us complicit to rape culture. Because
fuck.
because we posted some questionable memes and then because of our band name. But it's horrify with a W, and it was to mix that word or with horrify.
Like horrifying.
Smash them together. So because it makes people think like we're having a conversation about it. When people see that, they think, well, which side is it? Which side of the coin is it? You know, and then some people might think that is just dumb. Some people might think that's really interesting. The fact is that some people might think about it,
Yeah.
and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was originally just dumb, just to have a laugh, just because.
And now look at it, it stands out to me. Like it's not crazy long or any of that. So yeah, it stands out to me, and that's coming from a different genre of music,
But
right?
still, respected opinion. You've had all the experience. You know what I'm talking about when I'm saying these things. So don't try and don't sell yourself short, buddy. Huge respect for you and what you do, buddy. But
Well, I know you creep me because you called me Doc instead of Derek.
Yeah,
and
buddy.
you know what?
I do.
I haven't heard that in a while. So.
I do. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is I've seen you around before. I know, and
Yeah.
I'll pinpoint it down, man. It'll be about
You will one day. You'll be like,
about
that's fucking it.
yeah. It'll be about 3 a.m. when I'm reaching into the fridge for something.
Oh my God, that's when I want people to think of me, man. 3
Right?
a.m.
Yeah, exactly. When I'm shoveling food into my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh!
Fuck, that's it.
Yep, mashed potatoes all over the fridge, stuff like that. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're rolling into the final phase of
Yeah,
our
man.
show here.
Yeah, man.
Now, we got to talk about, and this is bad framing because we have to do like a full proper episode on this.
Yeah.
But
For
we
sure.
got to talk
I'll
about.
definitely come back, man. I really appreciate it.
We
so.
will have you back. Now that we've had a little bit of opening the engagement here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need
For the record, we have not met before this conversation.
Actually, I think we have.
Have we?
I think
okay.
we met. I think
Uh-oh.
we met at. Briefly met at Decimate.
Okay.
I think we briefly met at Decimate when it
That's
was at High
possible.
River Brew Co. I was touring around I was doing interviews with my camera guy, but
Yeah.
we were walking around with a little cell phone rig, little handheld cell phone rig, and that's what we started Trash Talk on. And a lot of
Okay.
I don't think we met, but I think it was in passing. Like, this is
Yeah.
Sloan. This is
Okay.
Trash Talk. This is our media guys. This is, I think you were playing with Craig Carswell.
That's possible. Yeah, I know Craig. We had them play for good segue into the YYC, but we had Dorian's Mirror play for the YYC Awards last year, and he's fucking awesome, very talented guy. So, but yeah, I totally sidetracked you. What were you?
No
saying
worries,
we need
man.
to talk about?
I'm still trying to fucking pin down the inside it failed thing, man.
You know what? I know you're 31, but do you remember a band called Noise Therapy? They were really old, or Methods of Mayhem. Any of those ring a bell?
Methods of Mayhem was
That was Tommy Lee's side
Lee,
project.
right? Yeah.
And we had, there was Kai from Methods of Mayhem, and Dave Otteson was our producer for Inside Failed, and he's the one that, he's the guy sitting up in the cover. Basically, those two got on our Inside It Failed album, gave us like a little bit of a push start. Because, man, I'm 37, by the way, and when I was growing up, I remember seeing Noise Therapy touring with they were touring with Motley Crue, and I remember seeing them on Shaw and all that shit. I'm like, fuck, those guys look freaky. They got the twisted hair, and they're like, in the camera, like, ugh. I'm like, holy fuck,
New
and then
metal.
I'm like, and I saw Dave in Vancouver. I'm like, holy fuck. And then everybody's like, what's the big deal? I'm like, that's fucking Dave. I want him to fucking make Inside It Failed's album. And I'm like, I wonder how much he charged. I heard he's producing, right? Talked to him. We did an audition. And that was it. Like, I mean, we paid a lot of money for that.
You are
album,
the
but-
second person that is verified this. Okay.
What that?
I talked to Arrival of Autumn.
Yeah.
They're signed to Nuclear Blast. We are doing a couple of shows on their album release run. They just finished a tour with Heathen. They said the same thing. If you want that push in from the underground into the big show, you have to go and get your stuff done by somebody who is plugged in. You have to find an engineer, you have to find somebody, and you have to work with them, and you have to get them to approve your work, and then they will tell their friends about you, and you will be set up.
Yeah. From there, do you remember Sin Agency?
Yes.
From there, I knew Leanne Harrison, who, shout out, she was like, the goat of, booking punk and metal bands like 10 years ago or whatever. And we got on board with them. I ended up working for her for a while, booking tours and shit. So yeah, that's the same thing where I told Dave, I said, look, you do our album, like, obviously at first we were going in like maybe just a demo, but he loved us so much that he saw the potential, and he was like, look, I know it's a little bit more money, but blah, blah, blah. And the end product was I said, look, we got a management team. We got all this shit going to help. Like, once we make this album, we'll get Sin Agency to boost it on tour. Like, we'll do a whole couple of tours to like sell the album back, maybe make our money back. And that was like how it was though, like 10, 15 years ago, right? Like, you had to sell a whole bunch of merch just to get to the next city, which may be the case. But nowadays, I feel like your online presence, like what you're doing here now, for example, is just as important. In fact, more important nowadays, because fuck, it's what people do. They're on the internet. Like, we didn't have that back then, right? So
Yeah, if you're not engaging,
you have to engage somehow.
If you're not engaging with people, are so over corporate represented entertainment
Bullshit.
media.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know for myself, whenever I see a Live Nation Ticketmaster show, I wanted to go see Wu-Tang Clan so bad, but I will never give money to Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones. Ticketmaster and Live Nation are on both ends ripping the music industry apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they made us. So they used Live Nation and Ticketmaster, cleverly used the media to convince us that ticket scalpers were ruining the industry. But no.
Yeah.
ticket scalpers were ruining the bottom line of Live Nation and Ticketmaster. Because now, do you ever remember buying a ticket from a scalper for $600, Doc?
Nope.
The most I ever paid was $25 over face value, and that was right at the front door, and they handed me a physical ticket that I then took right inside.
Yeah.
$650 to go sit in a seat with a bunch of strangers that are yelling at you and invading your space. If I'm paying $600, Doc, I'm spending a night in a fairly high-end hotel room, and nobody's
you could go
bugging
to Vegas
me.
for that. Fuck.
You
know?
Nobody's bugging me.
Yeah.
For $600.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is that you are spending this money to go stand in a barn with strangers and get yelled at.
Yeah.
But if you want, you can spend like maybe, I don't know what our ticket prices are going at right now, but you could spend between $20 and $30 for a Horrify show and possibly have me jump off of stage and dump a beer down your gullet.
Who fucking, yeah, exactly.
And
it's
I'm going to get your Instagram after. We're going to be buddies, and then your next show is going to be free. I'll probably give you a free shirt. That's memories that last a lifetime.
Yeah.
I went and saw System of a Down, one of my most all-time favorite bands. I went and saw System of a Down in Edmonton. And you know how much I remember of that show?
Fucking
very
nothing.
Small amount. We showed up
late.
We showed up late because the guy got lost. We were way at the back. Like, there was a bunch of random people that didn't give a hell what was going on, and it sucked. And that was when I started to get really disillusioned with the big live shows. So you gotta, and this is a part of Trash Talk, and what we do is we try and provide that, like, enticing taste of what you might experience if you come to the show. And now, this is what YYC Metal Awards, or Metal Awards. I keep calling it Metal Awards.
That's okay. It should be.
My brain is just locked in. No, do not.
No, I'm just
there's
kidding.
not
That's
nearly
kidding.
enough right now of value. There's a
yeah.
lot. There's a lot, but not of value.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
not going to
yeah.
go in. But
Yeah.
YYC Music Awards. Now, this is something I've seen popping up a lot. It pops up, and then it kind of fades away a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But then it pops up again, and now we're popping up again with the YYC Music Awards. When did the YYC Music Awards start, and how?
I would say, full disclosure, this is only my second year on board.
Yeah.
And it's only because I knew some of the board members that were, those are just some.
That's all good.
Plugs.
That's all good.
Yeah, but I knew Shannon, who also worked with Leanne from Sin Agency.
Okay.
So she was like, well, Doc, I know you're still involved. You still book shows here or there for like certain bands or friends or whatever. But I was still really outspoken about, because I went through the, like yourself, I went through the grind. I went through the management. I went through all the growing pains of fucking trying to figure shit out. So when they brought me on board, they're like, hey, we know that you're still working with Live Star and Hotels Live and all that, with production, like helping artists, helping the stage, making the show fucking happen. So Daryl, actually, Daryl was just on his way out. He ran production for Boonstock and all those other...
baby, I remember Boonstock.
Yeah, exactly. He was a legit goat around town too, and so he was on his way out, and they were like, we need someone else to run this shit. So once they got me on board, we started planning. And the thing is because COVID did such damage to the scene, they're really looking for new outlets, and that's where I came into play. And that's hence leads me forth to you, because we see what's going on. We see who's doing what, who's putting in the work, and who deserves to be up there, being nominated, being recognized, even, for fuck's sakes. Like, if social media posts aren't enough, inviting people to events that they'll forget about, oh yeah, interested, yeah, okay, you'll be there. But like, that's where I'm trying to make that push of getting like people like yourself involved, and other people from like the metal scene, the punk scene, the parts of Calgary that people generally know are there, but all you see is like, no offense to country, but it's more recognized in the city than, or you know, folk music and stuff like that, solo artists, which is awesome. But there's a lot of other talent in the city too that I want to bring
Underground,
forward,
baby.
right? Fuck yeah, the underground, which is where I come from too. You know, inside of Failed and
Hell yeah, buddy. Respect,
fuck
man.
yeah,
Fucking right.
fuck yeah. And like I said, like Doctored is a lot more 90s feel.
Still
but
rad.
we went, we went. Shout out to Jeff, part of his studio. He has such a fucking good setup that when I heard them what they could do in there, that's when I was like, okay, you know what? Like you said, quality product. I can get behind this, and I can actually put my stamp on it.
Hell yeah,
So,
fucking
yeah.
rights, man.
Fuck yeah, fuck
So-
yeah.
We actually had somebody in the chat ask for some Doctored.
Oh,
So
fuck yeah.
we're getting on some Doctored to wrap up this stream.
Thank you.
Very pumped. Doc from Doctored. Very stoked. This is Tell Me Why. Let's mute the background. Boom.
Sure.
I like the video. I'm learning how to do videos like this.
I did this with Filmora, I believe, Wondershare.
Very
I
nice.
did all the lyric videos just because, yeah, we didn't have enough time to get in, you know, the full camera work and production. But hey, it'll happen soon.
It will. And
Yeah.
we can help with that too. I got the DaVinci full studio license with my camera. And
Yeah.
the stuff that they've been throwing in there with their updates is insane. Like 3D animation stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what takes the most work is the editing, right, and all that.
Yeah, and I like doing that stuff, learning, you know.
Yeah.
I like this. This is like
This song's about pretty much me not understanding the full extent of the internet. Kind of trolling the internet. Sharing all the views.
this reminds me of like Non-Point, Nothing Face. Like a little bit of old Incubus.
Yeah. I've heard, like, I grew up with Korn, Slipknot,
Three-
all those
311.
311, wow. Yeah.
It's that new metal vibe, man.
It is, and that's what I brought to them. Before, they were in a band called Scale before, and they were like really rock, like just straight rock, and they were good. But when I came in, I kind of pushed that whole new metal on them a little bit, and it worked out.
Dude,
Just,
I love new metal so much,
me
man.
too, me too, man. It's the groove. It's all to me, and Inside It Failed too. That's where it came out. The groove. It
For
has to
me,
have,
it's
like,
the aggression.
yes.
Punk rock, there was a lot of aggression in punk rock. You know, there's a lot of aggression in hardcore and death metal, but like
Yeah.
nobody was grabbing you by your head and screaming in your face like new metal was.
Yeah. And what I like is about Horrify too is that you have all the breakdowns, but you also jump into the halftime moments where you're like, you know, like kind of bringing that
You gotta-
fucking head.
Wait for the next EP because
Oh,
we
I
got
can't
some
fucking
digital. We got a bunch of like digital interlude stuff that's coming in, computer noises and glitch stuff. It's gonna be wild.
Sick, man.
We're going back to our new metal roots. I really like this,
Fuck
man.
yeah.
This is
Good,
jamming.
And hey, take note to everybody watching. Like this is how you network. This is how we, you know, like maybe me and Trash, you'll see us working together sometime on something.
Oh
You
yeah,
never know.
100%, 100%, without a doubt.
A combo with your style and this style.
We
you never
definitely
know.
will. We definitely
yeah.
will. This is sick, man.
Thank you. Appreciate
I've
it.
always vibed with. Cause that was like, this was the kind of music I was listening to in my like defining times coming up.
Yeah.
You know, because I spent a lot of time on the job site with my old man, and we listened to a lot of just like the regular radio stuff, and that was, you know, with the regular radio, my video games, and then the random
Yeah.
people I hung out with. leads me to where we are now, and like that new metal, that 2000s, 98 to 2004.
Yeah.
It started to change. It started after 2002. Things got after like I want to say around September in 2001. Things really started to change. I don't know why.
That sticks out, eh? For sure, man.
Well, that was sick, man. I'm very pumped.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, buddy.
Fuck yeah. Thank you for having me, for sure. And I'll have to come back again for sure. We'll
Definitely, buddy. Yeah. Definitely. Anything that you need, anything that you think the Trash Talk can help out with, you let us know. You send us a message. We'll get some stuff set up.
Okay. Likewise.
Very stoked to work with you in the future, man. And thank you so much for coming on the stream.
Yeah. For sure. Wait, can I make a quick plug?
Definitely. This is actually, I was just going to say, now you get to roll out all your plugs, no interruptions, buddy.
All right. No. For now, we're working on some future shows, then in talks, the tentative dates, but one we have next coming up, May 6th at Border Crossing. I've never played there. A lot of bands are playing there coming up. So, May 6th, Doctored, Vex, Karma Tarmac, and another couple bands. I'm fucking that up, but anyway, it's gonna be great. Come on out. Let's fucking rock. And that's all I want to say for now. Check
that
us
was
out.
Deadly, man. Doctored.
Awesome.
That was rad. Very stoked on that. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, you guys. That's the end of our week. Thursday's wrapped up. We got a mountain of shows coming up here. Trash Talk shows, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Let's roll through them. Where did my paper go? Horrify shows. There they are. All right, so April 28th, Trash Talk is going to be at the first Horrify show, obviously. We're going to be doing some killer stuff there. Trench, Satanic Tico. May 12th, we're going to be at Palomino for the debut of the first show, or the first music video that we've ever shot. It was for Flashback. It's going to be the debut. It's deadly. I'm very stoked on it. Then, May 22nd, we're going to be at the Elasian show, getting some pictures and some vids, because once again, Horrify is playing, but we're going to kind of double back on that. We're going to kind of piggyback on that. And then, May 23rd, we're covering the Black Dahlia murder show at the Palace Theater. So stay tuned for some wicked vids and pics and a wicked review of that. May 28th, Citizen Rage tour wrap-up at Modern Love. We're sponsoring that tour. Very stoked for that. Big ups to them. I actually did a song on their new album that's coming out. It's called Watch What You Say. It's about not ratting on your friends. Don't ever fucking rat on your friends. It's a great tune. We've been doing it lots live, and I'm very pumped about it. June 1st is Owls and Eagles. Tour kickoff, I believe, with Space Queen. Very pumped about that. Roughly June and July, we're shooting a music video for Horrify. And I have a clock. I got a grandfather clock in my porch, like a 7-foot-tall grandfather clock in my porch. And my camera shoots 120 frames per second slow motion. So I think I'm going to beat the clock to pieces with a baseball bat in like a crazy just like maybe dressed like a clown or something, and shoot it all in slow motion. It'll be like 2 or 3 terabytes of footage. And maybe do a music video around that.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. Some Salvador Dali, but as a toddler type stuff. If Salvador Dali was 2 years old and wasn't actually Salvador Dali, he would think about something abstract like that. I don't know. August. Right at the mouth of August. It's weird because it's usually at the end of July. We're at Loud as Hell. We are at Loud as Hell Festival. Ooh, baby, am I pumped for that. So many good interviews happen at Loud as Hell, and now we've got the beer sponsor. High River Brewing. So now we're going to be having free beers for everybody. We're going to be having our Trash Talk tent, and there's going to be beers in the ice for everybody who wants to come by and say hi. and buy a little bit of merch from us, maybe just to get on camera and give us a couple of words about how much you love Loud as Hell, it's going to be deadly. Very stoked. And then September, Canadian Extreme Metal Releases Festival, which is a festival the Horrorfile will be headlining. We'll be headlining the Sunday, and we're very pumped about that. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for coming on the stream. Thank you, Doc, for coming on the stream as well. Everybody, it's the last Monday of the week, and it's almost done. Thank you guys. Have a great night. We'll see you Monday. Cheers.